Take a look at a perfectly optimized manufacturing floor. Machines operating continuously, zero visible downtime, and a perfectly synchronized flow of output. It looks like the physical embodiment of business success. Yet, a company can possess this exact level of physical perfection while their market share shrinks, their customers cancel orders, and profit margins remain entirely stagnant. This is the paradox of modern manufacturing. Teams can execute rigorous Kaizen, achieve 5S perfection, and hit every single production metric assigned to them, while the business itself fails to grow. This happens when an organization falls into the trap of blind improvement. Frontline teams optimize local variables to make their immediate work easier or cheaper, completely ignoring whether those optimizations serve the overarching survival strategy of the business. The root of this failure rarely starts on the production line. It begins in the physical and cultural divide between the corporate boardroom and the reality of the factory floor, or the Genba. In the boardroom, the CEO maps out a polished business model canvas. They identify a clear value proposition to win the market, staking the company's entire reputation on speed and customization. They promise the market bespoke orders delivered in 3 days. But step out of the boardroom and check the plant manager's performance targets. Their bonus is entirely dictated by maximizing machine utilization and maintaining the lowest possible unit cost. To protect their bonus, the plant manager makes the logical choice. When small custom orders come in, they refuse to break the machines down for a changeover. Instead, they delay production, forcing custom orders into massive batches to keep machine utilization above 90%. The frontline workers are doing their jobs perfectly. They simply execute the system they were given. The failure occurs because the company has programmed its internal metrics to actively fight its own business model. To eliminate this structural friction, Toyota developed Hoshin Kanri, or policy deployment. It is the architectural bridge between executive strategy and daily operations. Synchronizing thousands of moving parts and human decisions requires a rigorous translation of strategic intent into specific physical actions. The core function of Hoshin Kanri is mathematical alignment. It takes a high-level strategic goal and translates it into specific, mutually reinforcing metrics for every single layer of the organization. This deployment cascade starts with top management vision, dictates middle management KPIs, and filters down to frontline daily Kaizen. Crucially, the pyramid's peak must pull directly from the value proposition block of the business model canvas. This establishes the first rule of alignment. True lean execution starts by asking one specific question. What must this factory be best at to deliver on the CEO's promise to the market? There is a persistent myth that standard lean tools, like reducing the 8 wastes, can be applied exactly the same way to every business model. This matrix maps the 3 primary strategic archetypes to the specific operational frameworks they require. If your model relies on cost leadership, like a mass contract manufacturer, your operational target is unit cost. Your lean execution must ruthlessly eliminate physical waste and maximize equipment effectiveness to keep margins viable. If you promise customization and speed, standard cost cutting is dangerous. You cannot afford to starve your inventory. Your operation must focus almost exclusively on rapid changeovers and establishing one-piece flow. If you compete on premium quality, like medical device manufacturing, your floor must prioritize error-proofing and automation. The machines must automatically detect defects and stop the line immediately. This is why context matters. Deploying aggressive cost optimization tactics inside a factory built for customization will paralyze its flexibility and bankrupt the company. We can see this conflict play out in the case of Siam Custom Pack, a B2B corrugated box manufacturer. Their market promise was highly customized, small batch boxes delivered in under 5 days.
But the operational reality was a disaster. Customers were enduring 20-day wait times, orders were being canceled, and the company was facing a severe reputational crisis. The root cause was entirely internal. The plant manager was aggressively enforcing a zero-scrap KPI, demanding that absolutely no raw paper be wasted during the cutting process. To protect their metrics, machine operators refused to run orders for 500 custom boxes because the offcuts generated too much paper waste. Instead, they hoarded incoming orders for weeks, waiting to run massive 5,000-unit batches that maximized paper efficiency. The pursuit of a highly efficient lean goal on the factory floor directly destroyed the core value proposition the sales team was selling. The Shindan diagnostic intervention forced management to look at the total business equation. Saving fractions of a cent on wasted paper was costing them tens of thousands of dollars in canceled high-margin accounts. The fix required realigning the metrics. Management abolished the zero scrap rule entirely. They replaced it with a non-negotiable metric. Lead time from order to shipment must remain under 5 days. Engineers performed rapid changeover optimizations on the cutting machines. Operators needed the physical capability to swap box sizes in minutes without fighting the equipment. By intentionally accepting a slight increase in raw paper waste, the factory broke the batching cycle. Delivery times dropped to 3 days. The company captured a massive share of the custom market, and profits surged by 300%. That turnaround demonstrates the transition from basic manufacturing to a state of full operational excellence. Operational excellence is the visible, frictionless flow of value directly to the customer. It rests on 3 pillars. First, alignment. From the executive suite to the assembly line, every employee can directly explain how their specific daily task supports the CEO's promises. Second, predictability. The organization delivers on its production targets with mechanical precision. Buffers and guesswork are engineered out of the system. Third, resilience. When a supply chain shock or machine failure occurs, the system utilizes deeply embedded problem-solving cycles to autocorrect and return to its target flow. When these 3 pillars are functional, the organization eliminates the lag between a boardroom decision and a factory floor adjustment. Identifying structural friction within an organization starts with 5 specific diagnostic points. First, value awareness. Do your frontline operators actually know why the end user purchases your product? Second, internal warfare. Are your departmental KPIs fighting each other? If procurement is incentivized to buy cheap, flawed materials, while production is punished for defects, your system is broken. Third and fourth, the courage to discard. If your strategy pivots to an agile niche market, do your leaders have the nerve to scrap a massive, highly efficient legacy machine and replace it with flexible equipment? Fifth, the incentive structure. Does your year-end bonus program reward systemic alignment, or does it reward lone wolf employees who hit their numbers by cannibalizing other departments? An organization's true strategy has nothing to do with what is written in the boardroom. It is defined exclusively by the behaviors it pays bonuses for. The strategist Michael Porter mapped out the relationship between these 2 worlds clearly. He established that operational effectiveness is not a strategy on its own. Rather, it is the essential physical physics required to give a strategy a chance to survive in the market. By aligning your KPIs, eliminating internal friction, and tailoring your lean tools to your specific value proposition, your physical operation is finally ready. But optimizing the physical floor is only the baseline. While you secure the Genba, competitors are deploying AI and connected sensors to predict machine failures before they even happen. The next requirement for survival is bridging this physical mastery with a digital architecture. We have to map the Genba to the network.